on the internet. So now she's all she could do was look at the show description.
Yes.
I really need you today. And when I feel sick like you, I go to my wife and I ask her for sex, and that makes everything better. And I go to work. Why don't you try that? Right? So Frank, he says to me,
yes.
He says to me, oh, okay. And he hangs up and he goes off about his business or whatever. Well, 2 hours later, he calls up.
Yes.
And they put me through to him again. He calls up and he says, well, as usual, this is Frankie McDonald, right? he does his spiel.
Yes.
Yes, whatever the hell that is. And then he says to me, I dig what you said and I feel great. I'll be at work soon.
Yes.
And he said, you got a nice house, and he hung up. Yeah. There you go. There you go, Badoomcha. Did you get that, Louie?
I got lost. H-T-L-A. Oh, H-T-L-A. Hell is that?
Your last brain cell, maybe? Of course, interesting thing here.
Yes.
Interesting thing, and totally true. I wouldn't make any of this shit up.
Yes.
No, I wouldn't make this up. His sister, Louie's sister.
Yes.
She finally, after, God, I think I've asked her for a friend request for like 2.5 years. Well, Louie's sister, she actually accepted my friend request the other day.
Yes.
And, of course, when I was linking out the show yesterday on Facebook before we rolled there, I tagged her in it.
Yes.
And, I thought it was a nice thing to do because, she's getting on in the years there like Louie.
Yes.
And he's working hard here, despite what we think that, he's completely brain dead and just done, he shows up here every day.
Yes.
He gives it his all. And, I thought I would just share the show out with his sister and she would listen to it and appreciate it or sue me. Right. So that's fine. So I shared it out. Well, of course, yesterday, doesn't that just figure that's when, the show didn't work on the internet? So now she's all she could do was look at the show description.
Yes.
and of course hear nothing. So I've shared it out again today.
Yes.
So here's hoping that she actually hears the show and listens to her insane brother. and maybe gets him the help he needs.
Yes.
Maybe that,
I think it should be short and sweet.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank God, hallelujah, folks. Here we are. I can get on with coffee and cigarettes now. I can do it. That's right. Suspected Russian missile parts found at that MH17 crash site in the Ukraine. Investigators said today that a suspected Russian missile was found near the Malaysia Airlines flight MH17 crashed in eastern Ukraine last year. The parts are of particular interest to the criminal investigation as they can possibly provide more information about who was involved in the crash of the MH17. The Joint Investigation Team said in a statement with the Dutch Safety Board today, the development marks the first time investigators confirm potential physical evidence related to the July 17, 2014 crash that killed 298 people on that airplane. Investigators nevertheless stopped short of linking the crash of the MH17 to the new find, which the team and board says contains components possibly from a Russian-made Buk surface-to-air missile system. They've even got the serial numbers. At present, the conclusion cannot be drawn that there is a causal connection between the discovered parts and the crash, the team wrote. The investigation team is made up of representatives of the Netherlands, Ukraine, Malaysia, Australia, and the United Kingdom, as well as the United States and Russia. The MH17 crashed in territory in the Ukraine held by Russian-backed rebels while it was en route from Amsterdam to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. The rebels and Ukrainian government forces blamed each other for shooting down the plane, with the latter accusing the rebels of using a Buk missile system supplied by Moscow. Yeah. Well, both sides still deny responsibility, and Russia also disputes the allegations from Kiev. A full report on the criminal investigation into the crash is due by the end of the year. The Dutch Safety Board also plans to release a report likely in October. Can anybody say World War III? Well, hey, enough of the bad stuff. How about some good news?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, oil prices have hit and will sustain a 6-year low in the United States. Yes, they will. Yeah, I know you're laughing because you walk everywhere. Well, oil prices hit a 6-year low today, reacting to the devaluation of the Chinese yuan and the report of a higher Iranian oil production. West Texas Intermediate, the benchmark U.S. crude for September delivery, closed at 43.8 cents a barrel on the New York Mercantile Exchange, down $1.88. Interesting fact.
Yes.
$43.08 per barrel on the New York Mercantile Exchange, down $1.88.
Yes.
Apparently the lowest since 2009.
Yes.
When I was a kid,
yes,
and I had my first car, I was 16 years old. I think it was like 1984, 83.
Yes.
Right? Okay. And riddle me this, Batman. The barrel price was $67.
Yes.
And I heard this on the news, and I'm like, oh. Okay, well, they're talking about a 60-gallon barrel drum,
yes,
right? And barrel of the crude there, for $43.08. Back when this happened in 83, gasoline was 79 cents per liter, because, of course, I'm Canadian.
Yes.
Right? Okay, well, you figure there's roughly 3.5 liters to a gallon.
Yes.
So 79, the 140, you carry the 1, you do the 2s and the 3s, right? Basically works out to, well, just under $3 a gallon.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, now we're looking at $43.08 a barrel, and the gas stations are putting it out at like, $2.99, $2.95 a gallon. Yeah, but the barrel is, $25, $30 less than it was then. So, somebody's banging us hard. Well, at the same time, the U.S. Energy Information Administration issued a prediction for lower oil prices throughout the rest of the year. It says U.S. benchmark crude will average $49.62 a barrel this year, reducing its projection from last month at $55.51 a barrel. Bloomberg News says the report also estimates that Brent crude, the European benchmark crude, will average $54.40, down from the previous prediction of $60.22. Falling oil prices reflect a changing world situation in which the Chinese economy is slowing, creating less demand for oil and other raw materials. Oh, that's because they're all so busy buying up that $1 million coffee table. Well, China has been has had a sputtering engine that has caused a commodity sell-off this spring and summer, says Tom Kloza, global head of energy analysis for the Oil Price Information Service. Oil prices are going to remain unchallenged, and all producers can hope is maybe a black swan somewhere will cut production. Or, again, one of those, misguided Pentagon airstrikes? That ought to do it.
Yes.
Well, the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries has raised its output. The Associated Press says it has hit 31.5 million barrels last month, up 100,700 barrels a day. Much of the increase was due to Iran. It boosted production by 32,300 barrels a day in July to 2.86 million a day, the highest June 2012, according to OPEC, complying from secondary sources. So there you go. We got nothing but gas, oil, gas. You know, it's nice and cheap,
yes.
And it's NASCAR season. So that's what I'm talking about right there. Let's get the big-titted girls and the barbecue fired up in Texas.
Yes.
Let's get it. Let's get her done. Well, let's see. Can we possibly go on to even more positive, happy news in the election 2016? No. Oh, I don't know. Who the hell knows? This show's educational, and I haven't read it yet. Well, businessman Donald Trump continues to lead the Republican field in Iowa, a new Suffolk University poll finds, but his performance in last week's opening debate has dented his standing among GOP partisans and cost him some ground in the state that will hold the first presidential contest next year. Also hit former Florida Governor Jeb Bush. Yes, the drooling moron sank to 7th place.
Yes.
From 3rd place in the Real Clear Politics average of Iowa polls over the last month, he now narrowly trails Carly Fiorina. God, she was 13. Florida Senator Mark Rubio, of course, scores the biggest boost, rising from 8th to 3rd. The survey of 500 Iowans likely to participate in the Republican caucuses, taken by a landline and cell phone from Friday through Monday, is one of the first quantitative measures of the impact of Thursday night's debate in Cleveland, hosted by Fox News. Oh, but wait, it wasn't just hosted by Fox News.
Yes.
No. Fox News and Facebook. Yeah. There you go. See? Educational. Learn something every day. Look at that. That's right. Fox News and Facebook. It comes as the repercussions of the encounter, which drew 24 million viewers nationwide. It's still being sorted out in a contest where support is scattered. Indeed, 1 in 5 remain undecided in the new Iowa poll. Well, then you don't have shit. What are you doing? 1 in 5, that's like 20%. Okay,
yes.
So 20% can't make up their minds, but we'll give you the numbers as we see them. Yes.
Mr. T would be proud of you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Louie. Thank you. Yeah.
It's about fucking time. Move on. Move on.
Yeah, okay. All right. Oh, Jesus. Seinfeld.
Hey, can I see your dick?
There you go. Yes, Fox and Facebook and 20% plus or minus. Who cares? Trump sucks. Yeah. Yes, that's really what they mean. Trump leads the field at 17%, followed by Wisconsin Governor Luke Scott Walker at a scant 12% and Rubio at 10%. The survey's margin of error magically is only plus or minus 4.4. Even though those 1.5 or 1 in 5 aren't decided. Well, they don't count. They didn't decide. So, for in the interest of keeping HTLA shows educational,
Yes.
okay, I will attempt to do the math. The poll would be correct. Margin of error is plus or minus 24.4%. There we go. That's a little frickin' more honest pricks. Yeah. Well, the results reflect a dip in support for Trump and Walker compared to statewide surveys taken over the last month and averaged by RealClearPolitics.com. That should be RealCloudyShit.com. Well, that could hearten establishment Republicans who speculate that Trump's tendency towards the inflammatory at some point will stem in his unexpected rise to the top of the GOP field. It already has. Well, the Suffolk survey has warning signs for Donald Trump by 2-1. 55% to 23% of those surveyed say watching Trump in the debate made them feel less comfortable rather than more comfortable with him as a candidate for president. Well, that's exactly the guy I want in the White House negotiating with, Iran? Just hear the little sand spiders now. They're like, "Ooh, I don't like this President Trump. He is going to screw us. We must do something." Ahmed, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar. Yeah. 54% majority also reject Trump's complaints that he was treated unfairly by the Fox News anchors. Wow, do you speak English and can you hear? Treated unfairly, the woman jumped on him with blanket statements about women across the entire world.
Yes.
and quoting him on shit that he said about Fat Rosie O'Donnell at a roast. Really? You were there, Gilbert.
Yes.
You know that what that frick kind of bullshit is that? Frickin'. Well, yes, they reject him because they don't believe he was treated unfairly by Fox News anchors. Christ, who the hell isn't treated unfairly by the Fox News anchors? Really? Oh, wait a minute. I think they're getting these percentages and stuff.
Yes.
I think they're getting them from Fox News. Okay, that makes sense now. Never mind. I'll shut up. Let's move on. Yeah. And the third of Iowa Republicans say Trump diminished in a post-debate, contra-temps over his comments about Fox News anchor Megyn Kelly, of course, doesn't show appropriate respect for women. That bitch come attacking me, I'm going to be a whole lot harder on her than he was. Well, a larger number, 46%, side with the real estate mogul and reality TV star, saying criticism of his comments about women are just examples of political correctness. And who the hell wants that? Yeah. Well, then there's this. Trump scores a big lead among those who didn't watch the debate, and 21%, double the standing of retired neurosurgeon Ben motherfucking Cousins. Yes, who finishes second in 10%. But among those who watched the debate, Trump does less well, tied with Walker at 14%. In Iowa, nearly two-thirds of those surveyed say they watched the evening debate of the top 10 contenders for more than an hour, and more than 4 in 10 watched the afternoon debate of 7 candidates, including, no-name Fiorina. Yeah. The former chief executive of Hewlett-Packard, he fared well, or she, I should say, fared well despite her failure to make the cut for the evening debate. More than 9 of the 10 say she should be invited to future televised debates of the top-tier contenders because she has a nice rack. Among those who watched the afternoon debate, more than 8 in 10 say Fiorina impressed them the most. I'm not going to say anything about Sarah Palin. I'm not going to do it. Among those who watched the evening debate, of course, from it, nearly 1 in 4 said Rubio impressed them the most. Well, clearly no-minded. Almost as many identify Carson as the most impressive. Those were also the ones who voted in Obama. What? Oh, yeah, Phil actually in the chat room, he's talking about Palin's tits.
Yes.
And she had a rack. Yeah, she great tits. Great. Absolutely. I would dare say, actually, yes. I would almost go out on a limb and say that Sarah Palin's boobs, probably the best thing to come out of Alaska. Yeah. Well, hey, what's the moment they remember the most? Well, in response to an open-ended question, Carson was the most often mentioned, both for his closing remarks and his joking comments about brain surgery, and he's black. Well, Trump's refusal to promise to support the eventual Republican nominee and his interactions with other candidates also were among the most memorable moments. So was the confrontation between New Jersey Governor Chris Christie and Kentucky Senator Rand Paul over the balance between national security and personal privacy. But less than 1% of those surveyed recalled the moment involving Jeb Bush. And just 2% say he impressed them during the debate. Well, of course. Come on, 53rd in the world in education. You're gonna have you're gonna have some Jeb supporters. You just are. You just are. Yes. Well, support statewide for Florida governor is now 5%. Yes. Well, the standings in order. It goes Trump, Walker, Rubio, Carson, top 9%. Senator Ted Cruz, 7%. Fiorina, 7%. And Bush, Ohio Governor John Kasich, both of them sitting at 3%. Former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee, Paul, and Christie, all at a big, fat, old 2%. Yeah. Well, Thursday's debate breathed life into the campaigns of Rubio, Carson, Fiorina, and Cruz, says David Pelagos, director of the Suffolk University's Political Research Center. Man, imagine having to research politics all day, every day. Really? Yes, he says, of course, they had little opportunity to compete with Trump's intake of all the political oxygen. Does anybody know what that means? Does anybody? Louis, you got any idea, Louis?
Oh, can we cuss? Can I cuss? Because I always do on the show.
Yeah, you fucking go ahead. I don't care. Well, the contenders who carried the past two presidential caucuses in Iowa had little support to show for it. Former Pennsylvania Senator Rick Santorum, who won the 2012 caucuses, was backed by less than 1%. He was named by just 3 of those surveyed, and Huckabee, who won in 2008, was at 2%. When asked for their second choice, a question that helps measure a contender's room to grow as the field winnows, Carson, Rubio, and Cruz and Walker were named by at least 10% of those surveyed, and Trump was named by 6%. I don't know, what we're supposed to get from all this.
Yes.
The whole thing doesn't really start happening till, middle to end of next year. I certainly do not, under any circumstances, want to keep talking about this shit for another year and a half. I don't want to do that. So,
that was a mistake on my part.
It probably was.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. It probably was, Louis. I'll definitely blame you. You're Canadian. Yeah. But, I don't know. Okay, it's good. It's all good, sure. And Trump is in a huge lead, and all you media folks are pissed about it. So okay, really? So you got to come up with, made-up shit about, oh, you hate women. I think every woman that Donald Trump has ever met.
Yes.
I think he's given them all 10 million each or more.
Yes.
I don't hear any of them complaining. It's not like they're coming out of the woodwork like Bill Cosby. Oh, he raped me and only gave me a yacht. Actually, more accurately,
yes.
He raped me and gave me part of Saudi Arabia. Do you hear any of that? No. See, that would be credible. Certainly not all these ugly 70-year-old black women. No. That's right. Cosby, for those allegations to be true, he'd have to actually be blind. He couldn't Well, okay, fine. Granted, maybe because it happened, 40 years ago. But oh wait, there's a problem. Okay, let me get this straight. You got raped 42 years ago by Bill Cosby. Yeah. That stuff was so outlandish. I even put up a picture of me on my Facebook saying I got raped by Bill Cosby. So, No, it's true. I did.
Yes.
Yeah, I did. I was out there right after Kirk Cameron came out and said he got fucked by Bill Cosby. Well, after all that good news that I've just shared with y'all now, we started off with a whole bunch of bad news.
Yes.
It's just gotten worse and worse and worse. And then, of course, there's light at the end of the tunnel with a couple of happy stories, like, politics. But now, unfortunately, gang, I'm here to tell you, and I guess this also goes to Apocalypse's claim that this show is educational.
Yes.
I do have to break it to the world right now that the astronomers have confirmed today.
Yes.
It is official. It is official. The astronomers, the World Astronomers Organization actually has confirmed today that our universe is dying.
This program is intended for mature audiences only. If you have any homicidal or suicidal feelings, please consult a doctor before listening to this program.
Oh, that's right. Are you suicidal? Homicidal? Any kind of sidal? Well, hey, happy Thursday Eve. No, idiot. It's Friday Eve. That's right. 5 o'clock Eastern. Yes, it is time for your coffee and cigarettes on HTLA Radio 1, New York's best talk, the Thursday double. And, it's Friday Eve. That's what we're celebrating today, and we got a whole lot of celebrating to do. What are you doing, Crash? What are you doing? What do you got going on today? Well, hey, gang, we got the whole Windows issues licked finally. Yes, they're all upgraded to Windows 10 out in the offices, and well, we're firm and happy Windows 7 here, so it's all good. Bringing to you the golden tones, the old-fashioned way. Well, today's top stories include Trump talking to Hannity, Part 2, special. Ooh-wee. It's going to be good. Hold on to your toupee. Also, a Q&A, what we know and what we don't know about the Clinton emails. Yeah, we know. We don't know. And we're going to tell you what we don't know. Isn't that cool? Yeah. Well, also today, former President Jimmy Carter has been diagnosed with cancer. And yes, everyone has AIDS. Yes, we'll tell you about that and all that and so much more. Also, Carson, yes, Ben Carson, has no apologies for using a fetal tissue research. Well, other stories we're following today include L.A. fighting the drought with millions of black balls, as the FAA says the drone sightings on pace to quadruple this year. Yeah, we got all that and so much more today on the big show, gang. So, hey, come on in and grab a cup, have a seat, and light one up. It's your coffee time. It is your coffee time, and that's right. And, of course, you got it tuned to HTLA Radio 1, New York's best talk. And it's coming to you live from Studio 2 in downtown Manhattan, right at number 2 Times Square. That's where we are, and you should be there, or here, or whatever it may be to you. That's right. I don't know. Well, I got a full house in the live chat room today. Lots of the regulars, and I'm quite sure some new faces that don't type because they're scared of the Crash Man. Well, somebody who's not scared of the Crash Man, of course, is the one, the only Keyshawn Springer in the booth today, pushing the buttons for us on that PreSonus 2442 digital broadcast mixer. And hey, if you're looking for anything in audio gear, whether it be digital or analog, you want to get yourself over to PreSonus.com and check out the best. That's right. Also today, this show is brought to you by the fine folks at Tim Hortons, New York City. Now with those 8 fine locations in the city, serve all your coffee and baked goods needs. That's right, Tim Hortons, always fresh. Yes, they are. Mm-hmm. And of course, today I'm enjoying my fine cup of dark roast. Mm-hmm. That's right, that site was brought to you by the old folks at Tim Hortons there. Yeah, get on down there. Always fresh, damn it. Well, hey, as you probably know, and if you don't, you soon will, I don't do this show alone. I have guests/co-hosts. These two men are with me every day. And why, I don't know. We used to have Tom Cruise and Kirstie Alley and Morgan Freeman. We had all these cool people, but I don't know, we're just stuck with these two now. That's right. Coming to us first, of course, from the Mill Bay Film and Television Studios is the one, the only Louis Lawless. Yes, director extraordinaire, 35-time nominated director, never won a damn thing, and he's angry, bitter, and here with us now, I believe. Louis, are you there?
We were 5 steps away from winning the Academy Award.
Right.
And we didn't.
And that's a good thing. I know you're upset about it, but... Yeah, it's a good thing for me because, you know, the actual directors who win, I would never get here. So, yeah. So that's a good thing. So thank you, Louis, for being here today. Also, the cackling, giggling little 12-year-old boy you hear is, of course, coming to us from about 8 blocks down the street.
Yes.
Yes, in his lovely, sprawling, spacious, mansion-esque type apartment.
Yes.
Yes, it's the one, the only Gilbert Gottfried. Gilbert, it's great to have you here. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Pop quiz, Seinfeld.
Hey, can I see your dick?
There you go. There we go. See, you're switched on today.
Yes.
Can you actually do your intro?
And this is, I that up.
No, you know, it doesn't matter what the hell we do. You just
Yes.
You can't do it. You can't do it. Well, another pop quiz. Jay Leno.
So I read somewhere that you have a dick. Can you show it to me? Yeah.
See, damn, you're quick on that stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
It's right there. Hervé Villachez, Scent of a Woman.
So, and here's Hervé Villachez in Scent of a Woman.
Yeah. Thank you very much. That was something.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but hey, gentlemen, thanks.
Yes.
Thanks for being here today. It's great to have you.
That was a mistake on my part.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
It's about fucking time. Move on.
Oh, you know, actually, Kissy has.
Yes.
Well, she's kind of made a judgment call, and if this doesn't go over well, I'm going to blame it on her. So. No, she thinks that we need to spice the show up more.
Yes.
And so now, you know, swearing is all over the place. You just give her.
Yes.
Yeah. So go ahead, Louis. Just give it to us. What do you got?
Bullshitters, never keep your mouth shut. Always hustling. Always looking for something to do and putting things together. That's a fucking American. Look how they took the country away from England.
There he goes. Look at that. He's swearing. That's right. I love it. Gilbert, now how do well, it's like dealing with that 12-year-old boy. You don't swear, you know. So yeah, we'll just leave that at that, and we'll just go.
Yes.
We'll go and see if maybe your exposure on this radio station would actually get you more comedy gigs. You know. Might happen.
See, now I've done Howard Stern 15,000 times.
Right.
I can't even get a Chuckles Comedy Club.
No. Yeah. No, that's true, and you probably just will never. No, but at least with us,
yes.
There's probably a good chance that I don't know, some traveling carnival in the country will pick you up. You know. Gilbert, tell us a little story about, I don't know, something. I have to drink my coffee here.
We hugged in the elevator, and I still have an erection.
There you go. There you go. Well, I'm going to do some, now that you guys are all tucked in for bed.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to do some intros to some folks in the live HTLA chat room at the moment right now.
Yes.
Yes, as we speak, coming to you live. Live in HD. Geez, I could probably get a job doing one of those the weekend the movie trailer announcer guys.
Yes.
This Friday. Yes. I want to do some shout-outs, of course. HTLA's First Lady, the one, the only, Devlon Crawford, today listening live. Thanks for listening while you're driving, hun. Look out! Also, the one, the only, Sharon Chesley, who's not driving. No, she's right now topless on her front porch masturbating. Yeah. Well, at least she is in my mind. Yeah. That's her. So she's there, and of course, Phil DeYoung with the sister with the sweet ass. Yes, he's here. Yeah. He's here, and of course, we've got. I don't know. The list goes on and on. You know, I could literally run out of breath. Yeah. Talking about all the folks who are listening to us, but of course, if I did that, we wouldn't have a show. And we do have a show today, of course. We've got a lot of things to get to. Most of it's stupid political crap, but we've got some fun, interesting things that you might need to know, like look out for that drone.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, and of course, Gilbert and I.
Yes.
We recently, we've been taking in a lot of Broadway shows.
Yes.
We have. It's fun. It's kind of thing we like to do. He likes to go out after the shows, of course, here at HTLA and go out and get drunk and have sex in the alley with strange women. I don't know. I don't know why you do that, but you do. Yeah. So, I thought it would be, more healthy for us, if we were going to explore our personal lives together.
Yes.
It'd be better for us to know, I don't know, take in some Broadway shows.
Yes.
So that's what we've been doing lately. And, I'm just going to... Yeah, I'm just going to get it right into it. No, we recently saw, it's kind of an off-Broadway show.
Yes.
It was kind of a playoff Rent, I guess.
Yes.
Is what it was. But, I'm just going to play the clip for the folks because...
Yes.
Because I think they'll appreciate it. But this is one of the highlight tracks from the show, and I really enjoyed this. I know Gilbert did, too. He couldn't get up off the floor. And we just want to share something a little special and a little different with all the coffee and cigarettes folks. And,
yes.
I think you'll enjoy this. So check this out.
Everyone has AIDS. Everyone has AIDS. And so this is the end of our story.
Ooh.
And everyone is dead from AIDS. It took from me my best friend, my only true pal, my only bright star. Well, I'm gonna march on Washington, lead the fight
AIDS. Yeah. Well, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone has got AIDS.
Yes.
Yeah. And, you know, that's kind of a fun way to start off the show.
Yes.
You know, all this bloody fucking news dragging me down. But that's okay. But we do have actually another listener submission this afternoon.
Yes.
It's kind of highly unusual, but oddly enough, this morning I came to my Facebook in the office here.
Yes.
I came in, and of course I had a personal message from the topless Sharon Chesley. You know. And, you know, always when, you know, I get messages from any of the HTLA listeners, you know, I immediately, you know, they take the highest priority.
Yes.
Absolutely. So here she is. She sends me this message, and she's talking and blah, 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 blah. And then she sends me this recording. She actually sang us a little song. All right. So without further ado, I'm just going to play that. Yes, this is Sharon Chesley singing Fuck Off.
Well, if you don't like what I say,
Fuck off!
you want it all to go your way, well, fuck off. You try to tell me what to do, well, I just want to say screw you and fuck off. Fuck off.
Yes.
If you don't like the way I am,
Fuck off! Yeah!
you never ever give a damn, so fuck off. I've met you 1,000 times, your head's screwed up, so you mess with mine, well, fuck off.
Fuck off.
You're a buzzkill every time, so
Fuck off!
you just want to whinge and whine, so
Fuck off!
Wanna ride my gravy train, but you got nothing but shit for brain, so fuck off.
Fuck off!
You got a PhD in shit, so fuck off. You think everyone's a dick, so
Fuck off!
you think everyone's stick my head up a dead dog's bum, so fuck off. Fuck off. Yeah, fuck you and your fucking horse. Yeah, you know you. Yeah, you. That's nice. Fuck off. Fuck off.
There was Sharon Chesley and Fuck Off on HTLA Radio 1. Ah, there you go. And, you know, we've got all kinds of golden zingers for you today.
Yes.
Yes, we do. Yes, we're turning up the fucking heat because unarmed black woman Kissy Springer said so. That's right. She's unarmed, but she's in charge. I'm doing what the bitch say. Well, moving on to some serious stuff, of course, now.
Yes.
Yes, are you all serious, Gilbert?
Yeah.
No, you're not.
It's about fucking time. Move on. Move on.
You can stop beeping him now. You said fuck off. Yes, good old Trump Talks Hannity Part 2. That's right. The second half of Donald Trump's interview with Fox News' Sean Hannity hit the airwaves Wednesday night. Yes, with more memorable words from the presidential contender. The highlights, well, on his political cabinet, he said he wouldn't name names, but did mention Christopher John Taylor of HTLA. Of course, also mentioned Jack Welch.
Yes.
Yes, and Carl Icahn.
Yes.
And, of course, what money man wouldn't be mentioning? Warren Buffett. Yes, you take some of these great minds that we have, nobody could beat us. It doesn't take great minds, Donald, to beat Iranians at a stupid negotiation. It really doesn't. It does not. After he said he doesn't support a flat tax rate, quote, actually, I believe that people, as they make more and more money, can pay a higher percentage. I want to cut taxes, but I want to simplify the tax code. I want to make it great for the middle class because F and A, they're the ones who will bring us back. All right, well, in fairness, I threw in the F and A.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, and what am I doing? I should be like, fucking A. Yeah. Well, what does Trump say on the IRS? Well, somebody's got to collect the money. On the Keystone Pipeline, he says the Keystone Pipeline should be approved immediately, not that I want it.
Yeah.
Well, of course, that makes total sense because why would he want it? He doesn't have any money in it. And this is interesting, too. On the military, he says, I am the most militaristic person that you have ever interviewed. I could cut you right now, bitch. And he did say that. It's right here.
Yeah.
He also said I would make our military strong and powerful that nobody will ever mess with us. And yes, I will be kicking out all homosexuals, gays, and transsexuals. Well, you know, that's good, though, because you know, why the hell do we want a bunch of homosexuals and transsexuals over there trying to look mean and stuff?
Yes.
You know? His ideas on how to stop the Islamic State. Well, we have to go in force. We have to take the oil because the oil is their source of wealth. That's the beginning of the end of ISIS. And, you know, that's...
Yes.
Duh, like bang on. Hi. All right, Sand Spider, how do you...
Yes.
How do you fund your weapons? Oh, it's the oil. Okay, how do you fund your jihadis all over the world? Well, it's the oil.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it seems pretty clear to me. We just take away the damned oil. Well, let's see. And what would that take? A week?
Yes.
You know?
Power tends to corrupt.
Uh-huh.
Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Yeah, and he'll have it, and he's already pretty much frickin' got it, and screw you, ISIS. Yeah.
Can you give me any help for $25,000?
Well, no, but just wait for Trump. He will. Well, on the potential consequences of the Iran nuclear deal, he says, quote, you're going to have a nuclear holocaust. Well, on politics, he says, so far I'm enjoying politics, but it's a long process, a really long process. I don't want to win for the sake of winning. I want to make America great again. That's the whole point. And in case you forgot, we have a moral obligation to take care of our vets, and we have to take care of the women. Because some bitch at Fox says that I said all women are pigs. Right. Rosie O'Donnell. There we go.
All right, go a half an hour. Do I get $50,000?
Talk to us in, a year and a half, 2016. That's your year, Louie. That's it.
How many different families do you have?
Enough about me. We're talking about Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, moving on today. Yes. Okay. Jesus. The high negress has, of course, indicated that I'm 3 minutes late for a fucking commercial. And that I can't go on with the fucking next story. No. So I gotta.
They get fucking crazy because all of a sudden nobody loves them.
Why are you beeping him? Gilbert, are you hearing this? Am I fucking getting out
Yes.
here? Okay. All right. Well, is it...
Same thing.
Is it? Okay. All right. Well, listen, gang, we're going to go for that 2.5 hour commercial break. And when we come back, yes, we'll have your stupid Negro in the helicopter. Yes, we'll have that idiot with the weather from 3 years ago. Yes, we will. We'll have all of your great favorites. But to take you out to commercial, and I don't give a fuck what Kissy Springer says. That's fucking right. We're going to go out with Sharon's new song.
Well, if you don't like what I say,
Fuck off!
you want it all to go your way, well,
Fuck off!
you try to tell me what to do, well, I just want to say screw you and fuck off. Fuck off.
Yeehaw!
If you don't like the way I am, fuck off. You never ever give a damn, so fuck off. I've met you 1,000 times, your head's screwed up, so you mess with mine, well, fuck off.
Yeah. All right. There we go. Now we're going for our 2-minute commercial break. We'll be back in 2.
You've got it locked to HTLA Radio 1, New York.
What if there was a coffee that was sourced from some of the world's most renowned growing regions? Abundant with rich, fertile soil. What if this coffee was picked at the perfect moment, then packed meticulously and shipped carefully to be roasted under the watchful eye of coffee masters? What if it was expertly blended, ground, and sealed, ensuring maximum flavor and freshness, then brewed in small batches and always served fresh within 20 minutes, just the way you like it? Now, what if this coffee just happened to be the coffee you already know and love? Tim Hortons. Always fresh. Always great tasting coffee.
Automatic freshness, softness, and static control has never been easier with the Bounce Dryer Bar. I just stick it to the inside of my dryer, and I never have to remember.
Old Spice Body Spray makes you smell like power! It's so powerful it sells itself in other people's commercials. You smell like outdoor freshness.
You smell like power.
Yeah, I do. Power! Power!
When we arrived at our hotel in New York, the porter was so incredibly careless with our bags. And the room they gave us, it was beautiful. A broom closet. But the worst part was the shower. My wife drying herself with the Egyptian cotton towels. Shower curtain defined that whole vacation for her. Don't just visit New York. Visit TripAdvisor New York.
With millions of reviews, a visit to TripAdvisor makes any destination better.
Glasses. White Rum has a new captain. Introducing the all-new Captain Morgan White Rum. 5 times distilled for a smoother taste.
We're New York's best talk radio, HTLA Radio 1.
Now, I remember sitting next to you on a plane.
Yep.
Yes, and I was flying out to L.A. to audition for some movie that I didn't get, which was fine, because I remember I was reading the script, and you said to me, "Oh, what are you reading?"
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh, it's some John Travolta comedy." Called The Experts,
right.
and it's about 2 young hip Americans who get kidnapped by Russian spies to teach them how to act like young hip Americans.
Right.
And you being a fortune teller, said, "Oh, that sounds like a piece of shit."
Well, you know, I've said it before.
Yes.
I'll say it again. John Travolta couldn't write his way out of Donald Trump's hair. That's right. Welcome back to Coffee and Cigarettes today, your Thursday double-double. Yes, HTLA Radio 1, New York's best fucking talk. Yes, we're spicing it up a little bit because Kissy Springer here seems to think that the show needs a little spicing up.
Yes.
It's just life, and I love doing it. I love doing these kind of stories anyway.
Sure, yeah, I know. I bet you've got a story, too, about, I don't know, Jerry Lee Lewis?
That's the famous story about Jerry Lee Lewis. You heard that story, haven't you? Sitting behind his desk at Paramount, talking with big executives and TV people, and all of a sudden the chick pops up underneath, wipes off her mouth, and walks out the door, and Jerry doesn't bat an eye.
Oh, yeah, you know, if you're going to get gold like that anywhere, it's right freaking here. That's right. Just a reminder, of course, today, a Thursday Double-Double is brought to you by Tim Hortons, now with those 8 fine locations in the city to serve all your coffee and baked goods needs. Don't worry, America, over 300 locations in the Northeast right now, and we're spreading across the country just like more than the CDC and Ebola. We're just... Seriously, Timmy said they're actually coming out with a FEMA blend.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Are you feeling a little downtrodden? Have you suffered the zombie apocalypse too long? Yes, well, wake up with new Walking Dead. Yeah. But welcome back to the show today, of course. And just because I want to, I don't know, make Frankie look like more of a dink. Our HTLA loyal listener there, Phil DeYoung, he's living in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Of course, he reports 79 degrees and partly cloudy today. Yeah. And of course, here in New York, it is 84 degrees in Central Park right now under sunny, cloudy skies. There you go. And that's about as close and as good to the weather as you're ever going to get here. Yeah. Yes, and no, you know, HTLA, we do have a meteorologist.
Yes.
Yes, we do. You'll hear from him, very shortly here after our traffic report from Brock Favors in L.A.
Yes.
And, so we'll be getting to that, and I don't know, some of the folks in the... in the live chat room there, they're saying we should just play... Sharon Chesley's #1 hit song instead of going to the one, the only Frankie McDonald, and you know, if I could do that, I absolutely would in a heartbeat.
Yes,
and screw it, I fuck it. I'm going to do it. The CEO just walked into the studio here.
Yes,
and. She doesn't seem to fucking care. What the hell? Oh! Now her eyes just got big.
Yes.
Well, anyway, we're going to go to Brock in HTLA Chopper 1 and get the traffic from him today. Brock.
Hello, everybody out there. This is Brock Favors with traffic on the ones. Chad Armstrong is out sick today, so I am filling in for my usual land reports, and I'm up here in the chopper. But I got to tell you guys, I am loving the view. Oh, my God! Oh! No, stop! Oh! Whew. All right. Well, we are over the 10. It is massively clogged down there like a pint of maple syrup on a cool November morning. And we do... Oh, Okay, I am very sorry, folks. It's a little bit of a bumpy ride up here. We are now approaching the 405, where the left lane is blocked by a mattress. So somebody is going We're gonna be doing a little return to IKEA later today. You know what I'm saying? Oh no, please! Oh goddamn! Oh, get me out this motherfucking death machine right now! Oh no, black people ain't meant to be in the sky! We ain't meant to be in the sky, man! Oh, mama, help me, mother. Oh, mama! With a 4 or 5 is up right now, ain't nobody going down this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry, folks. I'm very sorry, but I'm losing my up here.
Actually, you have every right to. We're about to crash.
Oh, help me!
And once again, of course, as always,
yes.
Well, HTLA would like to offer its condolences to the Favors family. That's right. And we're getting there.
Yes.
Yeah, we're almost there. We do now, of course, have to go to Frankie McDonald, HTLA meteorologist extraordinaire.
Yes.
In the closet with his 19-inch monitor.
Yes.
We do, and I'm trying to figure a way
yes.
to present this in the most, entertaining kind of way that we can.
Yes.
In order to retain a good number of the audience afterwards. Right? Because I've noticed lately,
yes.
Everything is great. We get huge numbers. Everybody's having a great old frickin' time. And then as soon as we go to this drooling freaking mongoloid, as soon as we do that, of course, that's when everybody just packs up, goes home. Sharon puts her shirt on and stops masturbating. Yes.
You being Catholic, you realize that you can't have birth control. You realize that?
Well, you don't need it when you just keep it in your head, Louie. No, you don't. I'll just crush out another cigarette on my dreams.
My film, Unrepented, did very well in Europe.
Yes, we are aware of that. Gilbert, you did something
yes.
In 2009 too.
Same thing.
Oh, did you have a film? Yeah? Did it do well?
Yes.
Yeah? Oh. Big box office smash?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. All right. Well, geez. I think kind of in honor of the vets that Donald Trump has pledged to take care of.
Yes.
I think we can all pitch in $1.05, don't you? That's right, folks. The cost of freedom is indeed $1.05. No, don't laugh, Gilbert, because it is.
Yes.
It absolutely is. It's $1.05.
Yes.
So in the spirit of more of our entertaining, more musical,
yes.
I guess, shall we say, well, we're just going to put on a special tribute to the vets right now before we go to Frankie fucking asshole.
What would you do if you were asked to give up your dreams for freedom? What would you do if asked to make the ultimate sacrifice? Would you think about all them people who gave up everything they had? Would you think about all them who wanted this? And would you start to feel bad? Freedom isn't free. It costs folks like you and me. And if we don't all chip in, we'll never pay that bill. Freedom isn't free. No, there's a hefty fucking fee. And if you don't
$1.05.
Yes.
What would you do if someone told you to fight for freedom? Would you answer the call or run away like a little pussy? 'Cause the only reason that you're here is 'cause folks died for you in the past. So maybe now it's your turn to die kicking some ass. Free because of folks like you and me. And if we don't all chip in, we'll never pay that bill.
Come on, everybody.
Free. Now there's a
Hefty fucking fee. $1.05, who will? $1.05.
freedom costs a buckle.
Oh, that's right. That's the $1.05 band on HTLA Radio 1 New York, bringing you the country hits. That's right. And now it's time to bring you our local retard. With your weather.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, Frankie, what's the weather out there?
This is Frankie McDowell, my own TV station live in Sydney, Nova Scotia. Powerful storm is heading for Vancouver, British Columbia on Saturday, September 28th, 2013. It's going to be a period of real heavy rain and a strong winds along the coast of British Columbia. It's going to hit Vancouver, British Columbia, especially in greater Vancouver area because of the intense low pressure system. It's going to be in west of British Columbia. It's going to bring a lot of rain in greater Vancouver area and Vancouver Island, the Sunshine Coast, and the western coast of British Columbia. It's going to bring up to 50 plus millimeters of rain in greater Vancouver and the Vancouver Island. People in Vancouver, be prepared. Have your rubber boots ready, have your raincoats ready, have your rain tools ready, because a lot of rain's heading for Vancouver on Saturday. It's going to affect Fraser Valley as well, such as Abbotsford, Chilliwack, and Hope. And greater Vancouver's getting a lot of rain. And the west coast of British Columbia as well.
Spit it out. God.
It's going to be a big waves on the shore and the beaches along the Vancouver Island and the Sunshine Coast. Stay away from the beaches. Don't go near the shore because a lot of rain is heading for Vancouver and the very strong winds. And the wind's going to gust up to over 100 kilometers per hour, especially in along the coast of British Columbia. And like Vancouver Island and greater Vancouver. And people in Vancouver, don't open up your umbrella or your umbrella could get broken because winds will be too strong to support an umbrella.
All right. Fuck this. Turn them off. That's right. That was your Frankie McDonald. There you go. That's a good...
That was a mistake on my part.
Yeah, I'm going to blame somebody. Might as well be you. It's
It's not awful, but just not good.
No. That's awful. That's absolutely awful is what that is, and I would not... I'm not allowing that anymore. I'm not.
You know why, Chris? Because you're such a control freak, you don't want anyone to tell you what to do.
Really? Is that... Yeah? You think so, huh?
No, I don't.
Yeah, well, no, we're cutting off Frankie because, damn it, we're just way more entertaining than that.
Yes,
we just are. We just are. And while we're on the topic of being entertaining and being beloved by so many millions, Why don't you throw out? I'll give you a one for Gilbert.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead and throw out your Twitter your Instagram. Give me your Instagram address for the folks at home there.
And on Instagram, Gilbert Podfried.
There we go.
PODFRIED.
Yeah.
You see, it's kind of a pun on the last name.
Oh yeah.
Never mind.
No, we got it. We got it.
Which woman are you married to or living with now?
The microphone. I bang the microphone, Louis. Yes, the microphone is my mistress.
Yes.
And actually, to be totally honest, too,
yes.
This sucker cost more than most women I've dated. Yeah. Well, we got to move on today, so we're going to move on because, after what now, almost an hour?
Yes.
We're finally moving on to story number 2. Yeah. That's right. In Washington today, yes, it is the Scooby-Doo Hillary Sensational. Yes. Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton agreed this week to turn over her private email server and a thumb drive containing her emails to the FBI. The latest development in a story that's been the biggest controversy of her early campaign for president, since the existence of the private server was, first publicly revealed in March, but known about 2 years before then. Yes, the congressional Republicans and government investigators have raised questions about her compliance with federal record-keeping laws and the handling of classified information. Here's what we know.
Yes.
How much classified information is in these emails? When was it classified? Before or after Scooby-Doo got her paws on it? Well, investigators have discovered at least 4 emails containing classified information, and McClatchy News Service reported Tuesday as well that 2 of those contain top-secret information, according to the Intelligence Community Inspector General's office. But the number could be actually much higher. The 4 emails were discovered as part of a sample of just 40 emails of the 30,000 Clinton has returned to the State Department. And those 30,490 other emails represent only about half of the 62,320 emails sent and received by Clinton during her tenure as Secretary of State. Clinton says the other half are personal. Yes, Clinton maintains she did nothing wrong. I am confident that I never sent or received any information that was classified at the time it was sent and received, she said last month. In an email to supporters Wednesday, the Clinton campaign explained further, it's common for information previously considered unclassified to be upgraded to classified before being publicly released. Some emails that weren't secret at the time, sent or received, might be secret now. That's it. Well, federal investigators have suggested that's not the case here. The inspectors general said that the emails contain classified information when they were generated, and that information remains classified today. Aliens. That's right. And is there a criminal investigation, you might be asking?
Yes.
Are you asking?
Yes.
Well, the Justice Department originally characterized the Inspector General's letters as a criminal referral, but later reversed itself. The 2 Inspectors General are looking into the matter at the State Department and the Office of the Director of National Intelligence. They both said it's not a criminal referral, but a security referral made for counterintelligence purposes. Oh, I see. So they're thinking that the more they can say that she released it was classified, i.e. new disinformation.
Yes.
Yeah, they'll release those and say, oh, well, this is the top secret stuff that she wrote. Yeah. Yes, the New York Times, which first reported on the referral, has acknowledged that its original reporting labeling it criminal was at least confusing. The Times public editor said the story was an important one, but that the reports of the criminal referral was messy and a regrettable chapter in the newspaper's reporting, just like every other day. Well, since then, federal officials have confirmed the existence of an FBI investigation, but have not characterized it as a criminal investigation. You're probably asking yourself, what do the emails that have been released reveal? Well, most of the emails show Clinton aides briefing her on various issues and are often simply news stories cut and pasted into an email and forwarded to the secretary. 3,577 emails that have been publicly released to date, many of which have been heavily redacted, also deal with subjects as her relationships with Congress and routine personal matters. Well, among the biggest revelations is Sidney Blumenthal, a former White House aide to President Clinton, played a key advisory role for the Secretary of State, including on relations with Libya, despite not having an official role in government. The Times has reported this. The Wall Street Journal noted that the emails also show a keen attention to domestic political issues. None of the classified emails have been released publicly because they're classified. Well, has Clinton lied about her use of email?
Yes.
Well, if you just take the first part of that question, has Clinton lied?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, yeah. But about her use of email, mayhaps?
Yes.
Well, Clinton's statements about her use of email have evolved since the existence of her private email server was first revealed back in March. She said at first that she set up the server for the convenience of having work and personal emails on one BlackBerry device. She has since acknowledged using an iPad to email and says that she regrets not having separate email accounts for official and personal business like every other politician on the globe. Now, Clinton told CNN last month that she, quote, never had a subpoena, end quote, for the emails, but congressional records show such a subpoena was issued in March, you lying whore! Ruh-roh. Yes, Clinton has also said that she turned over all work-related emails back to the State Department, but acknowledged that she cannot account for 15 emails with Blumenthal that he turned over, but she mysteriously did not. Yeah. And you're probably asking yourself, what does this have to do with Benghazi? And indeed, who is Benghazi, and will Mr. Ghazi ever reveal himself? Well, just to clear it up for the folks at home.
Yes.
Benghazi is not a person, it's a place. That's right. So far, very little, although the existence of Clinton's private email server was discovered in the course of a congressional investigation into the 2012 attack on the Libyan consulate. Only 8% of the emails released to date mention Benghazi, and Benghazi Committee Chairman Trey Gowdy, said he's not interested in the rest. I have no jurisdiction over Bolivia or Paraguay or what used to be Somalia, and I'm not interested in bridesmaids' dresses or yoga routines. Well, of course, he told this to CNN on just yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah, so first of all, it's not my business. Second of all, it's not my jurisdiction, but I am entitled to every document that relates to Libya and Benghazi and what our policy was in Libya and whether anti-Western sentiment contributed to the attack or whether it was a spontaneous reaction to a video, as we were told at one point. So far, the publicly released emails show Clinton intensively involved in the attack and its aftermath, but contain no evidence that Clinton ordered security forces to stand down, as some Republicans have alleged. In her email to Clinton supporters Wednesday, Palmieri accused the Benghazi Commission of spending nearly $6 million in taxpayer money to conduct a partisan witch hunt designed to do political damage to Hillary in the run-up to the election, which the committee returned the email stating, well, at least we didn't spend $6 million on a mystery machine. So there you go. That is your Hillary Clinton update.
Yes.
Yeah. And in some other news today, of course, in some more sad news, I guess, for a lot of folks.
Yes.
If you like Jimmy Carter. If you don't, then fucking A. That's right. Former President Jimmy Carter has been diagnosed with cancer today in Washington. Former President Jimmy Carter announced yesterday that he has cancer. It was discovered during a recent liver surgery. Carter, who is now 90, he announced the diagnosis in a short statement. He did not specify what kind of cancer it is, only that it is now in other parts of my body. A more complete public statement will be made when the facts are known, possibly next week, he said. Carter will undergo treatment at Emory Healthcare in Atlanta. Carter underwent surgery August 3rd to remove a mass in his liver. Well, the mass in the former president's liver could indicate that he has liver cancer. It's also possible that the cancer started in a different organ and spread to the liver, says Charles Fuchs, director of the Gastrointestinal Cancer Center at the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute in Boston. The liver is one of the most common places for cancers to spread. In some cases, doctors find tumors that have spread to the liver and other areas, but never isolate the original organ where the cancer began. In a condition called cancer of unknown primary, said Fuchs, who has no direct knowledge of Carter's case. In treating elderly patients, doctors consider blah, blah, blah. Really? Let me go on for 6 paragraphs and tell you about other old folks that have cancer.
Yes.
No. Jimmy Carter, the 39th president, is one of 4 living ex-presidents and the second oldest after George H.W. Bush, who turned 91 in June. President Obama released a statement wishing for a full recovery. Quote, Jimmy, you're as resilient as they come, and along with the rest of America, we're rooting for you, Obama said. Obama, the rest of America doesn't do anything with you. No. We don't do anything with you.
Yes.
We don't wish anything with you.
Yes.
You just keep your little statements and wishes, and we'll have ours, okay? Yeah. Well, Carter has maintained an active post-presidency through the Carter Center, which he and his wife Rosalind established back in 1982. It works to combat poverty, hunger, and global conflict. His efforts awarded him the Nobel Prize in 2002. He travels frequently and has generally maintained good health at his advanced age. He's also a prolific author. His most recent book, A Full Life, Reflections at 90, was published just in July. An outpouring of support and social media followed his announcement. We're all wishing you the best with your upcoming treatment, Mr. President, tweeted the Atlanta Braves with a picture of Carter and his wife at a baseball game.
Yeah.
And indeed, all of us here at HTLA,
yes,
of course, want to wish you our best wishes there, Mr. President. And, well, when the time comes, our condolences. Come on, everybody's got AIDS. Everyone has AIDS. AIDS. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, it's only going to be us that makes light of AIDS.
Yes.
You know? And it was the perfect segue into our next story, which is, of course, about Speaker John Boehner. That's right. Speaker John Boehner has a new job. Yes, he's a grandpa. Are you fucking kidding? No, we're not kidding. House Speaker John Boehner of Ohio announced Thursday that he is a first-time grandfather. Oh, my goodness. Well, what are you going to do when, you have kids that have more kids and, Well, the baby boy, Alistair Lane, Alistair weighed in at 8 pounds, 3 ounces and is 20 inches long. He's the son of Boehner's eldest daughter, Lindsay. The speaker is thrilled, says a Boehner spokeswoman, Emily Schillinger, who has not taken Boehner's 20 inches. No, she has not, but she says she would like to.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. And moving on today, of course. So, okay, right. Yeah, we're...
Break for a commercial.
Yeah, see, we are. We do have to break for a commercial, but don't worry, because when we come back, of course, and it's just amazing that I can say this, but when we come back, we'll tell you all about the millions of black balls in Los Angeles. Yes. That's right. We're going to do that. We'll be back in 2.
We're New York's best talk radio, HTLA Radio 1.
Good morning. Welcome to Tim Hortons Cafe and Bake Shop, where fresh always tastes better. What can I make you this morning?
How about our new flatbread breakfast paninis? Made fresh, just for you, with your favorite breakfast ingredients on maple or multigrain flatbread, then grilled to hot, melted perfection. Just $2.99. Who couldn't warm up to that?
Tim Hortons Cafe and Bake Shop, where quality really does meet value.
When we arrived at our hotel in New York, the porter was so incredibly careless with our bags. And the room they gave us, it was beautiful. A broom closet. But the worst part was the shower. My wife drying herself with the Egyptian cotton towels. Shower curtain. Defined that whole vacation for her. Don't just visit New York. Visit TripAdvisor New York.
With millions of reviews, a visit to TripAdvisor makes any destination better.
Let's do a brand new day. Let's step away from the bland and let the color fly. Let's get to the one store with more number one choices and match this or this without using too much of this. Then, let's crack open a can and get to it. Paint? No. Let's do POW. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Glidden Duo starts at a new lower price of $25.46 a gallon.
Glasses. White Rum has a new captain. Introducing the all-new Captain Morgan White Rum. 5 times distilled for a smoother taste.
You've got it locked to HTLA Radio 1, New York.
And I think there were complaints about it.
Oh, yeah.
Where I think, like, they were saying, like, they were going to censor it or stop in Britain, saying this is against the laws of nature.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, silly Jewish lush.
Yes.
You being Catholic, you realize that you can have birth control. You realize that?
We don't... Do you see me banging anybody right now? God, Louis.
Mr. T would be proud of you.
Well, he might. That is a possibility, you know. But you know, what can I say? I'm white. It comes easy. Yeah.
You love to do that kind of stuff. You always did.
Well, yeah. It's what I do, man. It's what I do. Well, hey, welcome back to the big show. Of course, your coffee and cigarettes Thursday double for this 13th of August, 2015. That's right. 84 degrees in Central Park right now under, well, partially hideous skies. Yeah, and, what do you...
You know, I'm the most talented guy in this room.
Yes, but you're sitting alone in your apartment. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so we are back on the big show today, and...
Sex is only the tip of the iceberg.
Yes, thank you. That was our sexual correspondent, Louis Lawless.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's about fucking time. Move on.
See, I don't know why she's beeping him still. You know, she gives us the okay to swear our faces off.
Yes.
And what do we get now? You're beeping properly. God, for what is it? 2 weeks now we've been training her.
Yes.
And she's not doing it. She's not beeping. And finally, all right, no holds barred. Fuck you. Right? Let's cut loose. Let's rip it up.
Yes.
And she's beeping properly now. Must be that stuff.
The music is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you got to hear it.
I'm sure we'll get to it. Quick, Gilbert Seinfeld.
Hey, can I see your dick?
There you go. Well, moving on today, we got more stories, and yes, I'm happy to say we've got a story out of Los Angeles today about black balls. Oh, that's right. I'm not just making it up to get a laugh out of drunk old Gilbert. I'm not doing that. It's actually a story about black balls. That's right. The Los Angeles reservoir has now turned black, and not from any kind of pollution or any lives mattering. Over several months, city officials have been unleashing 96 million black balls into the city's 175-acre reservoir in an effort to fight the effects of North Carolina's drought. Yeah.
That was a mistake on my part.
Thanks a lot. Can you spell California? Spell California, Louis. Yes, California's drought. The final 20,000 were dropped just on Tuesday here. How's that turning a reservoir into what they calling a goth-looking play place going to help? Well, the so-called shade balls actually help to keep water clear of dust and critters, hinder algae growth, and prevent chemical reactions between sunlight and chlorine, which could begin the zombie apocalypse. Mm-hmm. That's right. And, well, how it works is they float on the water's surface. And wow, somebody cleaned up.
Yes.
The guy who sold them the balls charged them $34.5 million. That's right, $34.5 million for a bunch of black balls. Well, that's the California price. In New York here...
Yes.
Yes, in New York here, we get them much cheaper. In fact, you can have... I could probably scare up 20 pair just in the building. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. 4-inch balls they are. That's right. Treated with a chemical to block UV light and designed to last up to 25 years, reports Bloomberg. They're also expected to save $250 million compared with another method of complying with clean water laws, the LA Times reports. As the EPA recommends water reservoirs be covered, the alternative would be to build a dam dividing the reservoir and install floating covers for $300 million.
Yeah.
I just think they've gone completely crazy, full stop.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. $300 million. Yes, the Department of Water and Power says it's the first utility company to use this technology for quality protection because the technology is flawed. That's right. According to the departments of water and power all over the U.S. and some in Canada, they say those crackers be whack.
Yes.
Well, it is the first utility company to use the technology for water protection, and shade balls have also been used at 3 other nearby reservoirs, including one back in 2008. In the midst of California's historic drought, it takes bold ingenuity to maximize goals for water conservation, LA Mayor Eric Garcetti says. Yes, this is an emblematic of the kind of creative thinking we need to meet those challenges. I think Donald Trump would probably put it best when he'd just say, get more water. Yeah. That's what they're doing. I mean, they're putting these balls in. It's just for displacement. It's simple.
Yes.
It's all it is. The more balls you put in there, the more water it looks like we have. Well, moving on, in other news today, of course, we have a report from the Federal Aviation Administration. Yes, that's true, and this year, drone sightings are on pace to quadruple. Yes, in Washington, aircraft pilots are reporting a dramatic increase this year in the number of drones sharing the skies, increasing concerns of potentially dangerous collisions. Well, I mean, you could look at that one way,
yes,
but you could also look at it that, that Russian jetliner that was shot down with Russian missiles last year. I would think that we have a greater problem with Russian missiles than we do with drones.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just a speculation. Yeah. Well, the number of drone sightings reported by pilots is on pace to quadruple this year. The numbers posted in 2014 versus so far in 2015, the FAA announced today. On Sunday, 4 airline crews spotted seeing drones while approaching Newark Liberty National Airport in New Jersey at 2,000 to 3,000 feet in the air. Yeah, they're fucking liars. No, I'm sorry they are, because, of course, with this story, they've got pictures of those... those dudes with the, we're independent filmmakers.
Yes.
We bought these little remote control helicopters that fly our cameras around. Yeah. Louis, you've probably used those, right?
That was a mistake on my part.
Yeah. Well, and of course, their radio transmission range.
Yes.
Yeah, it's maybe at best 500 or 600 feet. These lying cocksuckers are saying 2,000 to 3,000 feet, my ass.
Yes.
Well, they apparently all landed safely without taking evasive action because they were fucking lying. But passengers interviewed after the incident called the sightings frightening, even though airliners are designed to continue flying with one engine. Right, so what the fuck is the problem?
Yes.
Well, Captain Chelsea Sullenberger, a retired U.S. Airways pilot who made an emergency landing on the Hudson River in New York after geese knocked out the engines on his Airbus A320 in January. See, the FAA is going to have to go after the geese for permits. Okay? The geese are taking down planes.
Yes.
We gotta stop this. Yes, he knocked out of that Airbus 320 in January 2009. Well, that captain said drones with hard batteries and electronics worried him even more than soft, gushy birds.
Yeah.
Yes, it could do great damage and could be catastrophic, says Sullenberger, who now is a safety consultant and best-selling author because he's a goddamn hero. Now, pilots from a variety of aircraft reported 650 drone sightings this year through August 9th, compared with 238 sightings in all of 2014, the FAA said. It's a starting number, says Steve Marks, a Miami aviation lawyer, who said that airline pilots might not see all the drones flying around them while concentrating on landing at 150 to 200 miles an hour. It's going to exacerbate an already dangerous situation. Not really. Who's flying drones around the airport? It's not actually happening. When it comes to our airports, safety has to come first, says Joe Sitt, the Alliance's founder and chairman. It's a pastime for the FAA to step up and protect the nation's most crowded airspace for the 117 million passengers who use it every year. We must permit those geese. Well, firefighters battling western wildfires have grounded aircraft several times for safety reasons after spotting drones nearby. During a June wildfire in San Bernardino Mountains in California, firefighting aircraft spotted a drone 500 feet away from planes flying higher than 10,000 feet. You fucking liars! A forest aviation officer at the scene said it wasn't a near miss with respect to an incident, but certainly an aircraft in our airspace that we were not prepared for. Also a fucking liar. Well, the FAA is developing comprehensive rules for drones. For now, drone hobbyists must stay below 400 feet. Well, as I said at the top of the story,
yes,
the radio range is maybe 600 feet at best, lying fuckers. There you go. They must stay below that 500 feet and also must avoid flying within 5 miles of an airport unless they have the air traffic control tower's permission. Remote drone pilots must also keep their aircraft within sight and fly during the day. The FAA works with local law enforcement to investigate drone sightings. Despite the threat of civil and criminal penalties, enforcement can be difficult for authorities on the ground to mobilize fast enough to find the remote drone pilot. Yes, as they seem to have radios with the range of God. Well, the FAA is working with the commercial industry and hobbyists on an educational campaign called Know Before You Fly, as notifying pilots where they can operate within the rules despite the effort. Sullenberger said a smaller number of drone pilots just don't care. Right. And next you're going to be telling us the Taliban is flying them into airplane engines. It enables a few people to do stupid, reckless things with them, he said. It's a lot of great concern. Dave Mathewson, executive director of the Academy of Model Aeronautics, which has 176,000 members, said the FAA should enforce its rules better against reckless drones and finalize its comprehensive rules. We support the FAA taking a more aggressive approach to assessing civil penalties against against operators violating those rules, he said, out of fear of prosecution. That's right. So there you go. I mean, that's the
yes.
That's the whole drone deal there. And can you believe the lying, filthy mother? It just blows me away. I cannot. No. How much have you had to drink? You know, one of these days, Gilbert.
Yes.
And it probably won't be long with the way you're spiraling down.
Yes.
You know, you're going to find your wife and kids gone.
Yeah.
You're going to be up in that apartment all by yourself.
Yes.
For realsies this time. And, Louis done it before.
That was a mistake on my part.
Yeah. No, but Gilbert, seriously,
yes.
As a friend, I just want to take this time out to not only, tell everyone within earshot of this broadcast that you have a drinking problem.
Yes.
But, I just don't want to see you go down that road.
Yes.
End up like Danny Bonaducci. I don't want to see it. So I'm going to play a little song for you.
Yes.
And I want you to listen carefully and try not to laugh too much.
Yeah.
and just listen to this poor son of a bitch. and I hope this will help.
Yes.
All right? Okay.
I'm so lonely, so lonely inside real wrong. There's no one, just me only, sitting on my rental throne. I work very hard and make up great plans, but nobody listens, no one understands. Seems like no one takes me seriously. And so I'm lonely.
about fucking time. Move on.
Oh, come on! I'm trying to do some damn good here, Louie.
That was a mistake on my part.
Well, fucking have some heart. God. Well, I don't know what to do now because, of course, my next story involves Godzilla. It does. It involves Godzilla and California.
Yes.
You know, as if California didn't have enough fucking problems with a drought.
Yes.
Yeah. Now they got to worry about frickin' Godzilla now.
Yeah.
But,
everything that could go wrong goes wrong.
Yeah, they're pretty screwed there. It's not looking good at all, and I don't know how much longer can I go on without actually telling the story. Okay? I can
always with a female having a relationship, married or single. It's always better that they do the leaving.
Right.
If you do the leaving, it creates that lingering thing. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, thank you, Louie. That was our relationship correspondent, Louie Lawless, with your whatever the hell he said.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yes.
And of course, in the chat room there, they're of course. They're commenting about my great singing. I'm so ornery. Yes. That's right. And the fact of the matter is, I can't sing.
Yes.
No, I can't. I sound like some sort of like busted chainsaw or something. But it's this the technology that's packed into this microphone.
Yes.
I can be anybody I want. I can be Elvis. I can be it's great. But okay. Well, okay. I'm going to do it. I'm going to play Frankie McDonald again. No, I won't.
You know how to spell my last name on the check, right? It's Louie Lawless.
Yes, I told you when Donald Trump gets elected. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Gilbert.
Yes.
Seinfeld.
Hey, can I see your dick?
There we go. Oh, yeah. All right, fine. Moving on with the Godzilla hitting California story. Yes, I get it right here. Well, cue the screaming and the pointing and the badly synced exclamation, "It's Godzilla!" That's right. The National Weather Service today said a gathering El Nino weather pattern in the Pacific Ocean is going to become one of the most powerful on record, bringing once-in-a-generation storms later this year to drought-stricken California. Well, that's a good thing. That means assloads of rain. Yeah. Well, Bill Patzert, a climatologist with NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, said that the system has the possibility of becoming the Godzilla El Nino. Yes, its ocean signal, he said, is stronger than in 1997 when the most powerful El Nino on record developed. Everything is now going the right way for El Nino, Patzert told the LA Times. If it lives up to its potential, this thing can bring a lot of floods, mudslide, and mayhem. Yeah. That's right, and not the cool kind like metal mayhem. Well, the National Weather Service Climate Prediction Center said today that all computer models are now predicting a strong El Nino, which would peak in the late fall or early winter. However, they say one meteorologist, Frankie McDonald, says there's absolutely nothing to worry about. Everything's fine. Was that funny?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Very good. Yes, which would peak late fall or early winter. That could benefit drought-stricken California, but... yes, the Jenny dog. Yes, there it is. But it could also bring unwanted side effects. After the 1997 El Nino, Southern California got double its typical annual rainfall, with double a snowpack in the Sierra Nevada, a key water source. It also pushed up orange crops 730%. And who couldn't use a few more oranges? Oh, wait, I forgot. That put Florida in the toilet economically. Yeah. That's right. but it could also bring that catastrophe. Yes, in the 1998 there, the Times noted the region saw much rain so quickly and widespread flooding and mudslides, killing 17 people and causing more than $500 million in damage. Downtown Los Angeles got nearly a year's worth of rain in February alone. But the good thing was that it watered down those dune sandworms and allowed them to grow over the past 10 years 1,700 feet. Well, Mike Halpert of the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration's Climate Prediction Center warned that one season of above-normal rain and snow is very unlikely to erase 4 years of drought, KTLA reported. State climatologist Michael Anderson agreed, saying that in a statement that California cannot count on potential El Nino conditions to halt or reverse drought conditions. Historical weather data shows that there's a 50% chance, at best, of California seeing a wetter winter. Unfortunately, due to shifting climate patterns, we cannot even be that sure, he said. El Nino, a climate pattern in the tropical Pacific, occurs roughly every 2 to 7 years, according to NOAA. Climatologists are already blaming this year's system for the droughts in parts of the Philippines, Indonesia, and Australia, while all climatologists are unified in blaming Frankie McDonald. Now, the battle of the nicknames may also be in this El Nino's future. It already has a matinee idol nickname, thanks to the National Weather Service blogger who dubbed it Bruce Ree. Well, that's funny. At the start of the story, I thought it was Godzilla. What?
The music is fantastic. Oh, you got to hear it.
Oh, yeah, Louis? Well, you think that's good. You check this out.
Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! Answer to America. Lick my butt and suck on my balls.
Oh, there we go. I'll just take that off. That was fun. Yeah. I'm going to do it because, now I can play all this fucking swearing stuff. This is great.
Now, here's a segue.
Okay, give her everything you've got there. What do we got?
I read somewhere that you have a dick. Can you show it to me?
You're gay, aren't you? Yes, Gilbert Gottfried coming out right here on HTLA. Yeah. Well, so much for the Godzilla story. That didn't seem to scare any of our listeners.
Yes.
What about you, Louis? Did you like Godzilla?
He called me, and he called me. And he kept calling me, and I wouldn't answer the phone.
Okay. Did he huff and puff and blow your house down, too? What?
No, I don't, because I asked him, I said, well, fly out here and I'll film you.
Louis, Godzilla's been filmed since, I think, 1959.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure you'd have to work with the TKO Japan production company to get the release for his... Yeah.
Oh, can we cuss? Can I cuss as I always do on the show?
Louis, haven't you been paying attention? This is the... Fuck yeah!
It's about fucking time. Move on.
Why is she still beeping him?
Yes.
I don't get it. But okay, whatever you say, I'm totally with it. No problem.
So I could see you feel very uncomfortable talking. Now there was another time you were when I know you're very secretive about your drug problem.
Yeah, not so much anymore because you just spilled it. Yeah, no, I'm not. But no, let's talk Godzilla for a minute.
Yes.
Here's a misunderstood lizard if I ever saw one. You know, he just is. I mean, every time you turn around, somebody's killing him.
Yes.
You know. Wasn't
That was a mistake on my part.
Oh, okay.
We're
all right.
proud to say he's a fan of this very podcast.
Yes, Godzilla listens. Okay, well, Godzilla, I got some stories for you coming up right now.
Yes.
That's right. Chelsea Manning may be sent to solitary confinement.
Yes.
You know, and once again, you know, Godzilla, these are the stories that matter to you. That's what I'm talking
Bullshitters!
about. Yes.
Yes.
You love to do that kind of stuff. You always did.
Have sex with Godzilla? What? Ooh, I like it. Topless Godzilla. Let's do that. No, Louis, seriously, we could do that movie, and man, we would be like, you know, 6 or 7 steps from an Academy Award. I mean,
we're 5 steps away from winning the Academy Award, and we didn't.
Right. So you already know how to take failure. It's perfect. Well, that's right. Moving on today, of course. Yes, we got to get this story out because it's so goddamn fucking important. That's right. Chelsea Manning, the transgender Army private convicted of leaking national security secrets, faces a hearing Tuesday for prison infractions that could result in solitary confinement. Well, I don't know. You know, if we wait about 16, 17 more months, we could just have Donald Trump have him executed. Well, Manning, who was an intelligence analyst for Bradley Manning when arrested in 2010, is charged with disrespect of a prison officer and accused of having books and magazines, including Vanity Fair. Next, we'll be talking about Corporal Caitlin.
Yes.
And magazines Vanity Fair and Cosmopolitan, among other offenses.
Yes.
Well, her lawyers say she is being harassed. The ACLU said in an email that Manning was charged with disrespect for requesting a lawyer when she felt she was being accused of misconduct. Other charges included disorderly conduct for sweeping food on the floor, possessing an expired tube of toothpaste, and possessing prohibited property. Some of them documents pertaining to transsexual rights and government transparency, including a Senate Intelligence Committee report on transgender torture. Well, prison documents also list several books and magazines, including Cosmopolitan issues, that included an interview with Manning and a Vanity Fair issue with Caitlyn Jenner. Well, see, now, you got to ask Bruce there.
Yes.
You know, how do you feel knowing that because you did that cover, this transgender is going to be executed? Yeah. See how she feels about that?
Yes.
Yes, this kind of action has the potential to chill Chelsea's speech and silence her altogether, ACLU lawyer Chase Strangio told us today. We're hopeful that this prison will respond by dismissing these charges and ensuring that she is not unfairly targeted based on her activism, her identity, or her pending flaccid penis lawsuit. The ACLU said prison documents confirm that all the charges are classified as serious. The ACLU and Manning could face said that Manning could face solitary confinement indefinitely. The closed hearing will be held at the disciplinary barracks at Fort Leavenworth, Kansas, where Manning is serving her sentence. The barracks referred inquiries to Army spokeswoman Tatiana Christian, who released a statement providing few details about the case. A disciplinary and adjustment board will decide the matter, the statement said. I wonder if the adjustment board is where you go to they have those little slings that hide your penis when
yes.
you're... Get it, Louis? Adjustment board? Yeah.
You know why, Chris? Because you're such a control freak, you don't want anyone to tell you what to do.
Really? Is that... Yeah? You think so, huh?
No, I don't.
Well, the Army remains committed to fair and equitable process in the adjudication of administrative matters for all of its soldiers, the statement said. Manning, 27, was arrested in May of 2010, accused of violating the Espionage Act after releasing the WikiLeaks website about 700,000 classified or sensitive military diplomatic documents. You see, this isn't fair treatment, folks.
Yes.
No. Fair treatment would be waterboarding at Club Guantanamo. No. The fuckers want equality. That's what you get. Yeah. Well, her lawyers argued that she'd been disillusioned by the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan and believed that the documents, including diplomatic cables and military reports, should be seen by the public. She was sentenced a few weeks later, and the next day her lawyers issued a press release announcing that Manning was a female and asking that she be referred to as Chelsea with feminine pronouns. Oh, and now on this show I can finally say it.
Yes.
Fuck you! There, is that a feminine pronoun?
Yes.
Oh. No. Okay, well, let me correct that. Fuck you! Well, Manning has later sought hormone therapy, and to be able to live as a woman, transgender individuals were not allowed to serve in the U.S. military, and the Defense Department did not provide such treatment. The Army approved Manning's treatment early this year out of public pressure. Last month, the Secretary of Defense, Ash Carter, issued a memo to top military brass and civilians outlining his plan to protect transgender troops from being discharged and directing officials to develop a plan within 6 months to incorporate those troops into the ranks and get them into the shit in Iraq. Yeah. You know, I don't understand something.
Yes.
Jesus Christ, where the fuck do I start? How do you? Oh, man,
yes,
I'm screwed.
That was a mistake on my part.
Yeah, it's your fault.
Yeah.
No. How do you join the military?
Yes.
I'm a soldier now, man. Yeah, I'm gonna go get some.
Yes.
That's right. I'm gonna go get some with all my boys. We're gonna kick some ass and take some names. That's right. Actually, yeah. You know, when you join the Army or the Marines or the Air Force or the Navy or hell, become a Navy SEAL, go balls out. Huh? Hoorah! You know, yeah! Goddamn yeah! Fuck yeah! You know, you join the military and
yes.
You know, that's what you're doing. You're a man. You're going into combat. You're gonna kick some little sand spider's ass. You're gonna. So you do that, and that.
Yes.
That's when you decide, oh, I'm a woman now. No fucking way. It doesn't make any sense. How the fuck yeah, that doesn't...
They get fucking crazy because all of a sudden nobody loves them.
Yeah.
No. If you're in the armed forces and you're going over kicking ass,
yes.
Everybody loves you.
Yes.
Why the hell? You know, that's the bread and butter of the heart of America. You know, you get that young corn-fed boy, he gets up to 18 years old, he enlists or gets drafted or, you know, goes over and kicks some. You know, can you imagine? Let's take a movie. Let's take a movie.
Yes.
Let's take a movie. Let's take Aliens.
Yes.
Okay. Aliens and you know, Sergeant Apone and the boys. Come on,
yes.
Sweethearts. You know, and you know, the lieutenant there, what was his name?
Yeah.
Lieutenant, what's his face? You know, he comes on, he's like, all right, people, I want this to go smooth and by the numbers. That's right, I want DCS and tactical database assimilation by 0900. Drop ship and weapons prep details will have 8 hours. You are dismissed. Right? Yeah, I mean, just listening to that, Vasquez was more of a man than, you know. And then, of course, they go down to the plant and they get into all the shit. And
yes.
Fucking, you know, Hudson's losing his shit. Game over, man. Game over. Right? Can you imagine?
Yes.
Corporal Hicks coming out as a transgender on LV 426. Huh? Yeah. All right, here, take this. This is a personal data transmitter.
Yes.
I'm going to give this to you, Ripley, so I can keep an eye on you in the base.
Yes.
Anywhere you go, I'll know about it. And we can exchange dresses. Are you kidding me?
They get f***ing crazy because all of a sudden nobody loves them.
Well, you know, I just don't get. I do not get. But you know what? Here's the real kicker. This Chelsea Manning fucking traitor.
Yes.
Right. This, you know, you share out publicly 700,000 classified fucking documents because you think America needs to know. Yeah, waterboard, Guantanamo, go surfing. That's it. And you know, so, Phil in the chat room there,
yes.
he's saying, "Oh, don't ask, don't tell." Don't. How about you just be a fucking man and don't lose your penis? How about that? You know, or the ones that really get me that are actually worse. Yes. The worst are the fucking women that are like, oh, I'm transgender now. I'm a man. Right, and then as overcompensation the other way.
Yes.
You know, and next thing you know, you got this butch chick with, like, you know, shaved all her hair off trying to pull a Demi Moore. And you know what? Here's the killer, folks.
Yes.
Here's the killer. Here's the bottom line. Now, we see all this.
Yes.
We see all this in the news. And America, ask yourself now. You're all Americans, and this is our military. And now, all of a sudden, let's picture ourselves as the sand spiders. Right? So let's look at Ahmed over there.
Yes.
I'm going to kill the infidels. I'm going to rip them apart, yes. No more pantyhose-wearing imperialists will tell us what to do. Oh, look, they are sending their transgender army, Ahmed. Oh, damn it, no, not the transgender.
Yeah.
They are special forces. They can actually change their penis and vagina. And they can do it right now.
Yes.
Well, you know, after all, after all that joy, I've got to do a story with some balls to it. I got to do something. I don't know. Something on? Do we have anything on gun laws or something? Oh wait, we do. Yes, we do, Gilbert. Yes. From boom to near bust, a gunmaker's cautionary tale.
Yeah.
Yes, in Aner, South Carolina, there was perhaps no more attractive small brand in the lucrative U.S. gun industry than PTR Industries. The semi-automatic rifle maker had just announced its intention to leave Connecticut more than 2 years ago when it was besieged by recruitment proposals from at least 44 states. Then Texas Governor Rick Perry made a personal appeal accompanied by an entourage of PowerPoint-wielding staffers. Yes, all of them sought to lure away the growing gunmaker shortly after the Connecticut legislature, in a political coda to the Newtown School massacre, made it effectively illegal for PTR and some other rifle manufacturers to sell their products anywhere in the state. So restrictive was the new law that Josh Fiorini, PTR's executive chief officer, feared that it exposed employees to possible criminal charges for simply transporting unfinished firearms to assembly contractors just a few miles beyond the company's Bristol headquarters. It was the last straw, Fiorini said recently. We're going to have to move. And yet, what followed for PTR almost as soon as it reopened last year in the gun-friendly rural South Carolina stands as a cautionary tale for the politically volatile industry where some of the biggest names in the business, Mossberg, Remington, and Beretta, have recently launched or are plotting moves and expansions outside longtime bases throughout the Northeast. Larry Keane, general counsel for the National Shooting Sports Foundation, the industry's trade association, could not recall a similar period in the industry's history that marks so much displacement. Well, never, Keane said, and I've been in and around the industry for over 20 years. Though firmly rooted in the New England Gun Valley, where the firearms industry has thrived for decades, PTR's relocation plan was then a surprisingly easy call in the midst of a market boom driven by unprecedented panic buying. Gun enthusiasts emptied the shelves of dealers across the country, fearing that even more restrictive federal gun laws would be next. Obama! Well, as quickly as potential back orders for PTR rifles surged to nearly 100,000, the bubble burst, company officials said. Proposed federal legislation to renew the controversial assault weapons ban failed, as did a prospective expansion of background checks for all gun buyers. The panic that sustained record sales shifted from buyers to manufacturers who were left with hundreds of thousands of rifles in their inventories. Within 6 months of what was to be a move of full anticipation for increasing fortunes in the rich former cotton and tobacco fields of the American South, Fiorini and Company Vice President John McNamara were issuing layoff notices. The layoffs followed a head-snapping moment at a staff meeting last summer when Fiorini asked McNamara for an update on pending gun orders. Zero, Fiorini said, recalling the day as if it were that very afternoon. I had never, ever, ever heard that before. Just when things couldn't get any worse for the fledgling company, they did. Earlier this year, the first person PTR hired in South Carolina, a popular county councilman who helped organize the firm's move there, fatally shot himself near the company's new headquarters. Though the shooting was apparently related to chronic health problems and did not involve a company firearm, Fiorini said that Bob Garabowski's death represented the company's darkest moment since uprooting from Connecticut. It was a perfect storm, he said. Now, Newtown changes everything on the same December day in 2012 when a young man stormed the Sandy Hook Elementary School in Newton, Connecticut. PTR's chief executive was meeting with an architect to discuss the long-planned expansion of the growing company. The rifle maker, with nearly 50 employees, had outgrown its cramped quarters in Bristol, and Fiorini was anxious to put down a larger footprint in a region that has been associated with gun making since the Revolutionary War. The Sandy Hook shooting, just more than 30 miles away, changed everything. The expansion plans were immediately suspended, and they were scrapped for good when the state lawmakers approved a package of legislation that, among other things, outlawed so-called assault-style weapons. PTR and other local manufacturers produced, created a gun offender registry, and banned the amount of magazines containing more than 10 rounds. Other states, including New York, Maryland, and Colorado, enacted similarly strict measures that helped launch the recent assessment of corporate relocation strategies. The new state laws roiled the firearms industry in a way largely unseen since Congress passed the 1994 federal assault weapons ban in the aftermath of an earlier school massacre in Stockton, California. 5 children and 29 others were wounded. While a raft of proposed federal firearms legislation largely floundered, according to a renewal of the assault weapons ban that expired in 2004, the state actions generated recruitment efforts by gun-friendly governors that continue to alter the geography of guns. The commitments followed. Connecticut-based Mossberg chose to expand in Texas. Sturm Ruger and Company, headquartered in Connecticut with large operations in New Hampshire and Arizona, selected North Carolina for its major expansion in 25 years. Remington Firearms, also founded in 1816 in Ilion, New York, picked Alabama to host its new venture. And Beretta is set to begin moving much of its entire U.S. operations next month from Maryland to Tennessee, escaping some of the country's far-reaching gun control laws also passed in the aftermath of Newtown. We started our search by looking only at states that have consistent history of support for and likelihood of future support for Second Amendment rights. Beretta's board member Jeff Rhee said, announcing its choice of Gallatin, Tennessee last year following a review of 80 sites in 7 states. Yeah. Well, for many of the industry's biggest names, the moves involved expansions to escape the restrictions, while PTR uprooted its entire manufacturing operation, one of the first to announce its exit following the adoption of the new laws. Keene said the recruitment continues still. We're currently getting calls from state economic development officials, Keene said. It's not with the frequency that we experienced in 2013, but they still come. Like the suitors, South Carolina had a lot to offer its recruits, the promise of a cavernous 58,000-square-foot manufacturing site, a hungry non-union labor pool, and a cost of living that could melt some of the worst memories of doing business in the Northeast. For PTR, which spent an average of $70,000 a year just to clear the snow from its parking lot, the sunny climate and proximity to Myrtle Beach, about 30 miles to the east, was gravy on the deal that was announced June 2013. Look what happened in South Carolina today, Governor Nikki Haley said then, highlighting the $8 million investment and the promise of nearly 150 jobs. You have a great American company in PTR Industries, and that could have picked any state in the country to go, and they chose South Carolina. We will never surprise them, the governor pledged. They always know that all they have to do is focus on their profit margins and cash flow and hire more people and expand. We'll stay out of their way. Well, after the move, fortunes change, yes. While the welcome couldn't have been warmer, the reality of the changing gun market sent a shiver through the company's headquarters soon after it opened last year on Ainer's Cool Springs Drive. With the burst of the rifle market, PTR fortunes nosedived. Production dropped from 9,600 rifles in 2013 to just 4,000 last year, forcing the layoffs of 8 workers in 6 months after opening amid so much optimism. Unlike the larger firearm companies with more diverse product lines, PTR struggled mightily. We knew a market cool-off was coming, Fiorini said, but we didn't know how to steep it, how long it would last. The losses were compounded by the cost of physically moving the company, all of its sensitive machinery, and 23 of its 46 Connecticut employees, 752 miles south to Ainer, population 647. The convoy of 42 trucks, including 14 flatbeds, were part of a choreographed operation designed to limit downtime to just 5 workdays. But that efficiency did not come cheap at a cost of about $600,000. We were not really able to cash in for 2013 buying surges because we had already committed to moving, Fiorini said. PTR was beginning to regain its footing earlier in the year when Grabowski, the company's purchasing manager and popular county councilman, took his own life on March 31st. McNamara and Fiorini said that they knew Grabowski had orchestrated much of the company's transition, suffered from chronic back pain, yet the suicide was something they never saw coming. We didn't know how much he really did for us, Fiorini said. Long and the short, PTR is also looking now to capitalize on its new home by offering new commemorative rifles with the South Carolina state seal etched on the barrel and stamped on its Made in Ainor SC label. Although the company is about a year behind on delivering on its promise of nearly 150 local jobs, PTR still enjoys the strong support of the company and the state. Or the county. Yeah. Well, they're back on the road, Horry County Councilman Chairman Mark Lazarus said. If you looked at the gun industry overall, it took a pretty significant hit, but it has rebounded, and so has PTR. We're very happy with them. Republican State Rep. Alan Clemens, whose direct includes Ainer, also helped lead the recruiting effort that landed PTR, said the state would and has pursued other firearm companies just as aggressively. All of them. Stag Arms is another Connecticut rifle maker. We would be delighted for Stag Arms founder Mike Malowski and Stag Arms to call South Carolina home, Clemens said. Malowski, who has visited the state, said he regularly corresponds with interested states and will continue to keep their options open. We will only expand our business in the state that supports what we do, he said. Meanwhile, Fiorini and McNamara said business is now the best it's ever been since the move. I don't regret it, Fiorini says. We're still here. And if I may, thank you, President Obama. Well, there that is.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a long fucking story.
Yes.
Oh, and you're probably like, oh, he's fucked. He's all out of stories. Well, no, I'm not, because of course today I've got the great announcement for tomorrow.
Yes.
And that is that the U.S. flag is set to fly over Havana, Cuba tomorrow. There you go. Yeah, not even kidding. Not even kidding at all.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And I think at the end of that gun story, and before we get to Cuba, I got to do it. That's right. Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! All right. There we go.
Yeah.
Well, in Havana, yes, the United States and Cuba will enter a new phase in their long, tumultuous history tomorrow, when the American flag is raised outside the recently reopened U.S. Embassy along the city's historic waterfront. U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry will, of course, oversee the event, which follows a similar flag-raising ceremony outside the Cuban Embassy in Washington, D.C. last month. The events represent the latest steps in the changing relationship between the two nations since President Obama and Cuban President Raul Castro announced an end to the diplomatic freeze in December. To help raise the flag, American officials are bringing back 3 of the U.S. Marines who lowered it 54 years ago. God, can they still move? Yes, 54 years ago, when the U.S. cut off ties with Cuba at the peak of the Cold War, a wave of Americans is expected to attend, including members of Congress, businessmen and women, and academics who have lobbied for changes, and a small contingent of transgenders. Yeah. Well, despite the euphoria, many are wondering why Cuban dissidents have been left out. Senator Marco Rubio, Republican of Florida, a Republican presidential candidate no less, sent a letter to Kerry earlier this week, calling the decision a slap in the face to the dissidents who continue to face political persecution, beatings, and arrest. And shouldn't we make that for the transgendered instead? Yeah. Well, Marco Cleaver Carone, executive director of the U.S.-Cuba Democracy PAC, said that the State Department is keenly aware of the human rights abuses on the island and should be setting a better example, but has instead chosen to sweep abuses under the rug. That's right. So bring out your transgendered. That's right. Supporters of Obama's reconciliation with Cuba say it's an unfortunate but necessary move to continue dialogue. Jeff Thale, the program director at the Washington Office of Latin America, said that the State Department was faced with the difficult task of maintaining good relations with the Cuban government while continuing its support of the dissidents and other members of the island's emerging civil society. That's not an easy needle to thread, he said in Havana this week. The compromise is to invite dissidents and other Cubans to the residence of the U.S. mission's chief later in the day tomorrow. Thale said that by doing that, the Cuban government will be satisfied with the dissidents and that they should be content spending time with Kerry and other U.S. officials. It's a smart diplomacy, he said. Construction crews have been preparing the site of the flag raising for days now. The biggest question remaining is how many average Cuban citizens will turn. I thought it was going to be, how many Cuban citizens does it take to raise an American flag? It actually says how many Cuban citizens will turn out to witness the historic moment. The American building was only redesignated a U.S. embassy last month. Before that, it served as a U.S. interest section since 1977. In that form, it was the focus of decades of anti-American protest, the Cubans once erecting 138 flagpoles to block the view, of the building. The ongoing political tension between the U.S. and Cuba was shown in Cuba's official newspaper, Granma, on Thursday, the 89th birthday of Fidel Castro, the former leader of the revolution. Most of the paper was dedicated to articles chronicling his endurance and longevity, along with well wishes from Latin American leaders. Castro himself penned a piece blasting several aspects of America's past, from its use of nuclear bombs in World War II to the numerous millions of dollars it owes Cuba for its decades-long embargo. The paper did not make a single reference to Friday's flag raising or the improving relationship between the two happy slappy cappies. I don't know, man.
Yes.
I don't know.
That was a mistake on my part.
Yeah, it's good. I think it is a mistake.
Yeah.
I do. I don't see nothing good coming from this. Nope. But hey, you know, who the hell am I? I'm just some fucking idiot in New York. Well, gang, that is the magic time. Yes, the magic hour is upon us. I want to thank the one, the only Louie Lawless for being here today.
That's the famous story about Jerry Lee Lewis. You heard that story, haven't you?
Twice during this show, Gilbert? Yeah? Something like that. Anyway, Louie, thanks for being here, as always.
You know how to spell my last name on the check, right? It's Louie Lawless.
Yes, sir. Got that. I'll get it out to you right as soon as Trump gets sworn in. Yeah. Also, Drunk Gilbert.
Yes.
Yeah. Pop quiz. Seinfeld.
Hey, can I see your dick?
There we go. There we go. I love your dick.
Yes.
Social media links.
Don't forget to follow us on our Facebook page, on Twitter, and on Instagram.
That's right. Just go to any of those places he just mentioned and type in HTLA and search it yourself. Thank you, Gilbert. We'll see you here tomorrow for the Friday show.
Thank you for listening and support the show for the love of God.
And all of you out there, yes, all you HTLA listeners, looks like we're down to one now. That's right, the one, the only Sharon Chesley. You know what? Screw this. We're gonna give you, before we go, after the theme here, we're gonna give you Sharon Chesley's new #1 hit. Yes, F off, right there. It's coming. Have yourselves a great Thursday. We'll see you here tomorrow for the Friday show, 5 p.m. Eastern.
Well, if you don't like what I say, fuck off. If you want it all to go your way, well, fuck off. You try to tell me what to do, well, I just want to say screw you and fuck off. Fuck off. If you don't like the way I am, fuck off. You never give a damn, so fuck off.
Fuck you very much.
Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! What you gonna do when we come for you now? It's the dream that we all share. It's the hope for tomorrow.
Yes.
Thank you. Good night.
We're New York's best talk radio, HTLA Radio 1.